There was something that happened, and she had a not maybe so high vibrational reaction to it. It was a trigger, so she got triggered by it. And she saw that like 4 layers down, it got dealt with. And she could see the steps where this step I could have done it differently, this step I could have done it differently, this step I could have done it differently. Finally, on this step, I got my shit together enough to deal with it. But by the time that happened, the solution was less
juicy.
Juicy's the right, huh? Yeah, and also palatable. There was almost a sense of like it didn't taste good, right? It was like bitter medicine. Ah, that's it, right? It was like a bitter medicine kind of a thing. Where up here, if she could have turned and faced it in that moment, even though it would have been difficult, the result would have likely been more tangible. That's a good word to use, that word, more tangible and more build-onable. Instead of kind of a salvage moment, it would have been a building moment. Ah, yes, we like that, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot to be gained by that moment of turning in that moment. Turning. And you know, Veronica was on the phone with her friend earlier, and he made a good point. He does software engineering, and it's kind of like the doctor's thing, first do no harm. The idea was, in essence, you know, their credo is don't make it worse. So if somebody comes to you with a technological problem, a coding problem, and you look at it and you can't make it better, leave it alone, right? And so they got to talking about, you know, what would be the sort of, in Veronica's world, what would be her thing. And we like what they came up with, which was leave it more conscious than you found it. Right? So if you're in a conversation, leave the conversation more conscious than you came into it. Meaning that, you know, you leave it on a conscious note, or it may go all over the place, but at the end, see if you can leave it more conscious than you found it. And you can do this in your emails, you can do this on Facebook, you can do this in reply to anybody who's got anything to say to you or do correspond with you. You know, like go out of it more conscious than you came into it. I think that's an admirable challenge to put before you. You know, doctors are trying to do no harm. Like, I'm looking at you, you're sick, I'm trying to help you, but this might hurt more than it helps, probably we won't do it. Software guy says, I think I could maybe fix it, but I'm not sure, I'm just not going to break it, right? If I think I can do it, I'll do it, but no, I don't think I'm going to break it, so I'm going to just not do it. When you're in a conversation, if you can't be conscious in the conversation, you can at least be conscious within yourself. You can admit to yourself, I can't be conscious in this conversation. And if you're in a conversation or a communication with someone, you can find a way to say something that adds consciousness to the conversation, adds consciousness to the communication. It's a new idea. It just came up today. See what you do with it. We'll talk about it.
Well, for the software programming stuff, if you can't fix it, you're going to probably add another layer of complexity to be harder to sort out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're...
It's like twisting some more wires in there just because you think you have to put your stamp on it.
Let's throw
not gonna
20
help.
more lines of code in there and see if that helps.
No, that didn't help. Oops.
No, that didn't do it.
Didn't exactly.
That muddied the waters even more.
Muddied the waters, you know, and then something like, Nancy, you know, we know you like to cook and a lot of you cook. It's like, it's starting to, you're not quite sure what's going on. Let's just throw in some more stuff, right? It's like, maybe we should just stop now. Like, more salt, probably, that's not going to, right? At some point, you have to just say, call it. Or Veronica was at her hairdresser, and the hairdresser said, sometimes when you're doing a complicated color job, you just stop. She said, you just stop. You send the person home, and they come back the next day. She said, just sometimes you just have to stop. And she said, they always say, but I have to go out like this? And she says, no, you have to go home, sleep, and come back. That's all you've got to do. No one will see you. Wear a hat. So there is a place to be said for what is, it's almost like a self-boundary, you know? It's almost like a self-boundary. We're interested in this energetic. We're exploring it, but we're interested in this energetic. Sometimes we find in conversation with you guys or other people or Veronica's journeys around life, just an interesting energetic. You know, you're shopping and you see a pretty scarf and you're like, I don't know what I'd wear it with, but I like it. And it's $5, I'm buying it or whatever. You don't have to have a whole plan for it to want it to be part of your reality. Every once in a while, we just find an interesting energetic and we kind of pick it and hold it and see if we can shove it in someplace where it makes sense. But otherwise, sometimes they just random, a little extra. Nothing wrong with that. A little seasoning on the side. All right, Mary George, thank you for sharing.